So yeah, quickly. Good morning, guys. Good afternoon, and welcome for the SP5 demo. In this release, we covered a few stories which are specifically requested by France, US, Switzerland, and I'll take you through the each story. And in any case, if you have any question, please let me know. So, first story which was requested by France is related to featured blog functionality, where they want to have a image should be available with the featured blog. So let me quickly show you. So, we have a functionality of featured blog where a block can be retrieved from the external site or can be retrieved from the internal site, and if image is available with the blog, it was not appearing in this particular page, in this particular control. Now with this change, as you can see, we have an image available now at the top against the individual block, and we have a new configuration which be available at the control level. So if I go on the featured block control, here you can see we have a new mapping available called as an image, as well as a content manager. I can define the position of the block. It could position of the image. It could be at the top or it could be at the left. So right now I have kept it top, which is the default one, and as an impact, I have an image available. If I'll go in more detail, this blog is currently configured to retrieve the data from production. So if I'll go here and showcase you, so there is a tag which is called as an image. This tag should be there to support the image, and if the tag is not there for that particular block, image will not appear. Any question?
No, it's clear. Thanks.
Okay, welcome. The only thing is that this tag you need to map manually, because if you are using any external blog where the tag is something different from the image tag, then you need to update this tag here. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Moving on the next one. So this was the request again from the France, where some of the URLs of the branches were changed, and in that case they were looking for redirection rules to redirect on the new URL. So for that, as a demo perspective, I don't have a I'm just going to show you the URL which is getting redirected. So let's say scenario is like that, where a URL has a value, let's say Abbeville, which has changed now. So if the request is going for the ADFR DT12, in that case system will redirect the request to the new location, which is the canon, but the branch code will be same, ADFR DT12. So if the content manager is changing anything from the branch editor tool, or from somewhere else branch URL get changed, in that case system will automatically redirect the request on this request on back to the new URL based on the branch code. Any question for me? Okay, I'll take that.
No, it's clear. No integration, no configuration required. So it's good for us.
Yeah, no configuration is required for this. Moving on the next one. Again, this is the request from France, where if any any job alert as a candidate I received, I should be able to see the employment type also. So this is this is the enhancement, or I would say continuation of the previous change which we did for the contract type. So here once let me show you the configuration first. So as a content manager, now I can define the employment type also as a part of the job alert template. And once this is configured, I will get the, or a candidate will get the email where they will have the contract type also, sorry, employment type also as a part of the email.
Okay, it's perfect.
Yeah. So that's for this story. Moving on the next one, and this is the requirement from US, and I think Switzerland also interested in this particular requirement. So here we are talking about creating more SEO URLs from the job detail page. So as of now, like when I am on the job detail page and see the job summary, all the details in the job summary are the static text, but with this change, which is configurable and up to the business if they want to use it or not, the links will become clickable, and those will be the SEO links back to the system. So let me quickly jump on the implementation part. So I'll show this from the QF environment of the North America. Yeah, so we introduce a new checkbox under the job detail page SEO setting, which says that by enabling this checkbox, job summary link on the job detail page will create the SEO URLs. So once this checkbox is enabled, and I have a SEO configurations defined. Let's say here in North America, they are using a job category, country subdivision, which is the state and city. If these configurations are defined, the URLs will create the link for back to the page of the respective facet. So it So here you can see that apart from salary, all the facet has the SEO links. And if I click on the location, at the bottom you can see that the location URL become S-Texas C-Houston. And when I click, it will take me back to the job result page.
Okay, and it works for all business units?
Yes, provided all the basic requirements are fulfilled, like site should be SEO enabled, and these configurations are defined there.
But it doesn't work for similar jobs.
No, it will not take you to the similar job. The requirement was specifically for the job detail page.
Okay.
And then where can we find a list of all the possible variables for that configuration, that option there?
Yeah, so so let me take you the other part of the story where I think you'll get the answer of your question. So I think one of the requirement was to make the SEO URL. From here, parallelly, the requirement was to have a specific pages also should be available for the support in case SEO is not defined, or in case business doesn't want to showcase the or use the SEO parameters from the job result setting. I mean to say that, like, you may have a scenario where your category, state, and city is configured for the SEO for the job result, but contract type is not. In that case, as a content manager, I created specific pages for the contract type, let's say. So if I'll go here, I have a very specific pages which is taking me back to the contract type pages. I'll give you this example from production because QF has the old links, but if I'm going on production, so when I'm clicking on the direct hire, you can see that rather than going on the job result page, I am landing on a specific page which is created only for the direct hire jobs. And in that case, the requirement was to redirect contract type pages on the specific pages created for the contract type here. Direct hire is the one of the example. So if the job detail is supporting direct hire as a contract type, I should get redirected on the direct hire specific page. So here the job type is the contract and temporary, and rather than going on the job result page, at the bottom you can see it's going on the temporary job page. So to support this requirement, what we did, we created a new template type or the new option under the shared, where the content manager can define job detail SEO links, which will take you direct back to the job specific pages. So as a content manager, you can create per item for the one facet. So let's say this one is for the contract type. So as a facet, I selected contract type. You will have the list of all the facets which you want to have a specific pages, and under the facet type, you can define the SEO links. So let's say I know I have a contract type as a 3 supported contract types: contract to hire, perm, and contract, and I have a specific pages created for these contract types. So as a content manager, I will define all the links here corresponding to the key is the contract type value. And once this is defined, system will automatically create the link back to the specific pages created for the contract type. Is
Okay,
it
great.
clear?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Well, any question on this?
No.
Okay. Robin, from your side, any question? No question. Okay, sounds good. So back to the next story. Apart from these 4 functional story, we got the 2 stories also. Those we considered as a technical story. And first story was related to the branch sync operation, which happens with the GMB. So system supports a Google My Business integration, where the branch informations we are pushing on the Google My Business on the daily basis through a scheduler. So right now we don't have any notification service which says that how many jobs or how many branches are synced properly with the Google My Business. So we created a scheduler which will send a daily status to the defined users, like in this format, where it mentioned that how many branches got synced, how many branches were synced successfully out of these number, and if the branches got not synced properly, what are the branch code and the branch names which were not synced properly. We tried to give the error, very specific or very user friendly, but the Google API which we are using for the handle the exception is not giving the details about what actual cause of the actual cause which basically created a problem for syncing. So as of now, it will show you the branch has failed, but right now you may need to come back to the technical team to understand like what was the actual cause of this issue. Any question?
No.
Okay, perfect. So moving on the next technical one, where we are talking about robot metadata value. So there was a little bit conflict between the US requirement and France requirement for the for the robot metadata for SEO pages. Right now, if I'll go on, yeah, so this is the France site, and open the France production. So scenario is like I selected one value, and if I'll go and again select the same kind of value, I have other value passed as a query string parameter. And if I'll see the metadata for this, I can see as a no index value. However, France requirement was to support this as an index, and US doesn't want to have it as an index. So what we did, we created a configuration for this, and this configuration is available under the job setting. Which says that enable this checkbox to set index follow for job result page for all SEO scenarios. So with respect to that, like default value of this checkbox would be unchecked, and it will not impact any business until unless they want to enable this functionality and support the indexes for all kind of pages. So once this checkbox is enabled, and when Google will crawl the site, it will get the index pages, index robot data rather than this. Let me quickly take you through this. So I am on first SEO URL is created, and if I'll go again and say employment type as a query string parameter, and here I can see that robot is showing index follow rather than no index follow if the checkbox is enabled. If the checkbox is disabled, it will work as it is right now. Right now it's working. Any question on this?
No, it's clear. Thanks.
Moving on so these are the functional and technical stories which we did in Service Pack 5. Apart from that, we also finished or fixed some of the incidents which needs code change on, and all these incidents are mentioned here. You can go through this and let me know if you have any question on this. So that's all from my side. If you have any question, please let me know.
So remember we had discussed, and we're not going to go with the test.
Okay, I'll take this as a no. Thanks all for joining.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Saurabh, wait, before everybody goes, Saurabh, so are we ready to start testing? Since I was in another meeting today, are we ready to start BAT for EMEA on Monday?
Yes, we can start BAT from Monday.
Okay, so Gautier, you can start on Monday. I will send out a reminder email about the testing for
We
BAT.
start on Thursday, I think.
You will start on Thursday. Okay.
Yes, but it's
very-
easy to
very-
test.
Okay, so I was going to set up a progress meeting for Thursday. So maybe what I'll do is set up a progress meeting for Friday. Yeah. And Robin, are you going to do some testing for the clicking job details end of the week? Okay, so I will set up a quick call for Friday to see where we are on that. Just a reminder that we do need to finish fairly quickly, probably by the end of the week. Yeah, great, super. And then Linda, I think you guys may have already started, or you're starting Sunday night.
So
yeah.
So I was just going to say, we only really had 2 items that we needed to test, the 2 that Ganesh had outlined on his email, right?
Yes.
And we already tested those last night. They passed with flying colors.
Okay, great.
We're doing our regression now, but I don't foresee us having any issue. We have next week to finish that up, but
yeah.
But the 2 items that were particularly for us to test are already tested, and they went well.
Fantastic. That's really great news.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Saurabh, and thank you everyone who attended, and all the people who have done the support to make this release ready. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.